With the Wigfrid rework update cycle behind us, everyone, well, at least in theory, I believe it is time to return to the sea and discuss a mechanic within that even I have never dived into: ocean debris. But not only that though, since ocean debris is actually a component of Flotsam, we should probably touch on that along the way as well. It is all very straightforward, very easy to take advantage of if you choose so, and looks like, well, you kind of know what it looks like, I think. But let us start with Flotsam as a whole, folks. What the heck am I even talking about? Well, what Flotsam is just stuff. Stuff that spawns in and or on top of the ocean every 30 seconds to over 2 minutes potentially. The game will spawn said stuff near to you, and while cut grass and twigs are fairly common occurrences, finding new pieces of driftwood for better ores maybe, masts, floats, and a tackle receptacle even, is quite a possibility as well. In fact, with all of the Flotsam spawns available in this game, each has roughly the same 20% chance to show up around a sailing player. So, yet another Flotsam occurrence will be that of boat fragments. Things that one can hammer for a single board if they choose to. But by the by, me having 3 of them so close was just for example purposes, as it is only in hazardous oceans where multiple fragments will be in close proximity to the player like this. But finally, ocean debris itself, having the very same 20-ish% chance to spawn near the player in the set amount of time mentioned prior. It makes a couple resources renewable and offers unique avenues of collection for others. For most folk, just stick to using a sea fishing rod to, well, fish in the ocean debris from the water, because you don't actually have to be as close as I am here now. But if you've got one, and just line it up properly, of course, the pinching winch is another option when it comes to obtaining these piles of mud and stuff. Personally, I think it is an absolute waste of time, as not only will you have to actually find Pearl and sail to her, you will need to up your friendship with her as well. So no, just leave the winch to the big stuff, like sunken treasures and all that. Just use a fishing rod instead. But now the fun bit, rummaging through the mud to see what we get. Every bit of ocean debris will drop 2 items, and with a 38.5% chance of such a drop happening, most of the loot that you're going to be finding will be kelp fronds, everyone. And we have already covered kelp in full, so I'd probably head here to learn more about how bloody good it could be for ya. But with good abundant sources of food, unique weapons, and character-specific crafts to go along with it, it's gonna be very nice. Next up, grass and twigs. They have a 20.9% and a 16.5% chance to drop from debris respectively. So, they too will be quite a common sight while out there cleaning up the ocean floor. I really don't think that we need to discuss these resources much further than that, as we should all already know how bloody valuable these both are in our survivals. But, hey Beard, when is that grass/twigs guide coming anyways? Now, we have a 5.5% chance for one of our 2 drops to be one of these 3 things before you hear: a driftwood piece, a jet feather, and a spoiled fish. We just mentioned driftwood, so nothing new there. But as far as jet feathers go, one can expect to make feather pencils for many sign markings, sleep darts, the feather hats for more bird spawns, etc. And as for the spoiled fish themselves, hammering one has a 50-50 chance to provide either rot and or bone shards. So there you go. 2 things that lead to quite a lot actually if you really think about it. And I'm thinking to myself, why have I not made a rot guide yet? However, in our mud fishing, we may actually find some long lost trinkets that somehow made it down to Davy Jones's locker. But not just any old trinkets, only the ones that you see here. Each, however, has a 1.1% chance to be one of the two drops available within ocean debris. But since none of them are actually any of the specialty trinkets, it is still likely best to simply head to and trade with the fat man himself for some easy gold nuggets when you get the chance. Simple enough. But next up is our measly 0.22% chance at getting a couple bobbers for our sea fishing rod that just help in the range of our casts, an advert for the jet feather float of all things, but more importantly, a single bull kelp stalk that can be planted for additional kelp fronds. That's or actually used as a whip, but it is absolutely terrible, so just plant it in the water. You're gonna thank me later. And finally, the 0.36% chance for ocean debris to contain one of the lures from the day-night cycle sets. Some work best in the mornings, others at night, and that sort of thing. Not bad, but actually totally meaningless at the end of the day. For you see, you could just simply construct a tackle receptacle via the Structures tab in order to gain access to these floats and lure crafts yourself, even with some of the bobbers of the last drop set included the boots. Yeah, ocean debris really won't win as many prizes, I'm afraid. And because of that, there you have it, everyone. Flotsam and ocean debris in Don't Starve Together. Certainly interesting mechanics, truly meant just to make the ocean more organic, I think, or just maybe fill it in, I guess. But not some of the mechanics that are really gonna knock your socks off. Still, if you do have a rod out there, you might as well give it a cast to see what the mud holds. Because if you can renew kelp, you're gonna be a happy camper. But thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, hold up, don't mind me. I forgot to mention, everybody, flotsam stuff on the water or even ocean debris under the water will actually sink and despawn after 3 or 4 days of sitting there. So, if you don't take advantage of them, they're gonna go bye-bye. But, speaking of, now it's time for us to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.